family, Nest Academy. A place where families are empowered to fulfill their destiny. A place where families can build legacy. A place where families can enjoy a wholesome and fulfilling life. And more.
Hello, welcome back to Family Realities Behind Closed Door. This is from Familyness Academy, and I am still your host, Princess Francisca Ubichimizi. Today we'll be talking about things that are happening in families, and we are beginning to normalize it, and we don't know how deep it's eating into the safety of our children. It may not be a physical safety, it may also lead to physical insecurity over time. So we'll be talking about the child who talks to strangers. Yes. So, am I talking about children meeting people, relating and interacting with them? No. But I'm talking about how porous our homes have become to strangers without the doors being open to them. No physical door, no physical window, no evidence of any human stranger walking through our door to attack us or attack our children. However, we have our children being exploited, being assessed by strangers that we don't know through the internet, through the social media, through games that we are not even aware of. And I've had conversations, teachings, interactions with youth, young people, even with parents, even in church, about what age children should be given a phone. I know there may be a lot of controversies around it, but that's not what I'm here to talk about. I'm here to talk about how families, how parents have gotten so relaxed with their children under 13, under 14, handling phones to access internet without supervision, without control, without monitoring. We've seen young people being exploited through this means. I read a story some time ago. I still have that screen picture on my phone of American sports guy. It was through social media that he was manipulated, he was exploited, he was threatened, he was blackmailed. They did not just take money from him, they also threatened him to kill himself, and he did. And of course, there are a lot of others out there. And I asked myself, what is the boundary line? If you think a child will need a phone before 15, before 14, before 18, what measures should be put in place? what boundaries should be set. What is the limit? Okay? So there was this 13-year-old child that was constantly glued to her phone, smiling as she goes through her screen at night. The mom just observed it becoming constant, isn't it? Initially, she thought it was harmless, maybe chat with friends, families, or just catching up with people she knew online. Of course, most people are on social media. Her peers might be there. They may have a lot of chat to catch up with. Until one evening, she picked up the phone while folding the laundry, and then she froze. So what did she see on the screen? It's of course a chat the child has been having, saying, "Don't let your parents know, they won't understand." It wasn't a friend, it was a stranger. How about children who has been exposed to pornography through social media and games? Do you know there are games where your child will have to go on break, and then as he has gone to use the restroom, in this game, he will be given part of the body of someone to press. Yes, because this is a social cycle. I won't say everything. If it's my exclusive class, I know it's not something that is for everyone, and there are things I may be able or have liberty to say. But these are games out there that will allow our children to play. When they are playing, you look at it, you don't see anything wrong, but you don't know that there are angles that you are not aware, and of course they won't let you know. I've been in church teaching the teenagers, and someone has sneaked out to another part of the classroom, and I was wondering what's happening. For over a very long time, over 10 minutes, I was asking, where is this guy? So someone was like, he's in that room doing what? He's repairing his phone battery. I was like, on a Sunday morning when we're in class, that's when you repair your phone. Are you now a phone repairer? Then another child told me that is not true, that he's watching a music song of someone shaking bum bum on TikTok. I was like, So the boy was like, it's not true. Yeah, check my history. That was before he came out. So the boy that claimed that was what he was watching said when he was coming out, what he was singing is that he knows it. So you see, they know a lot of things you don't know. They know the songs. He said it and opened it for me on the guy's phone and said, see. And you see a girl dressed seductively, of course, backing the screen and shaking the bum. I'm talking about teenagers. What am I saying? When we ask parents to censor, monitor, or put a media plan in place for their children, we are not asking to deny your children the essentials. Phone, be before adulthood is not an essential gadget. You can have a family phone that is monitored. You can have laptop, laptop, tablet that is family, that is for family, that anyone within the family can use for maybe general screen time or assignment or an approved game that the parents have censored, parents have gone through, and they are sure this is what can be allowed. Don't just give out phones to these children. You know how difficult as an adult to really fight sexual temptations. Why are we having high level of immorality? Why are we having men and women who cannot control themselves, even in marriage? How much more our children's young mind and heart that need to be preserved? Okay? Behind those screens, children are having conversations they shouldn't have. Children are having codes that you as an adult does not understand, but they are communicating. They are communicating sensual matters, discussions that corrupt their mind, that distract their destinies. And I'm not sure that's what you want when you hand over that smartphone to your child. Yes, some people will be like, but we need to track them wherever they go. I don't know how you may not track your child with a regular phone that can pick and call. What you need to know, where is your child? Because if those of us in diaspora, as far as smartphone is concerned, Wi-Fi, free Wi-Fi are everywhere. So it's not a matter of give my child Wi-Fi, but don't subscribe data, don't give money for data. Even those that are in such countries like where I'm coming from, they may be tempted to steal to be able to buy data. They can even share Wi-Fi from their peers as far as they have access to that smartphone. Then another angle to that, I know some of us will say if you don't give them, they will still go out with their peers. Let it be that you are not the one facilitating, promoting, and giving your child up for such destructive access at this point. Set social media or media rules. In our family, we have media plan. Review it with your children. Consistently remind them why this is in place. Also, you learn to stick to the rules. I know why I'm saying learn, because me too. I also need to work on learning to be the first representative of that media plan. Because you're not just giving rules to your children, you're also teaching them. You stand by the rule. So the rule is not just about them, it's for everybody, it's for security. Okay? So set boundaries. If they must have phone, for what purpose, at what point, at what time, to what time limit? How can you leave a child with phone till 9 p.m., 10 p.m.? In church, I have conversations, and even outside the church, but because of what we represent, you see parents boldly saying, you go to your children's room, they are on the screen. They are on the screen because there's no rule set out for everybody to say by 8:30, by 8 o'clock, by 9 o'clock, phones should be out at so place, not outside the room. Then if you have a challenge with setting alarm, something around it can be done to help your child even fight the temptation of trying to peep out and sneak the phone out again. Understand their struggles and how to help everyone build that discipline. Phone has been identified, as a digital cocaine. You and I know how we struggle with phone. How much more our children that are yet to build skills around discipline, around self-control, around delaying gratifications. How much more are we able to help them to fight these struggles? So set digital boundaries, okay? Build open conversations. Like I said, talk about it. Remind them continuously. You are not punishing them. You are not restricting them from what is good. This is for their good, to save their sanity. A time will come, they become an adult. It's not left for them. But that discipline you have built will go a long way to help them. Use those times they spend on social media to buy books that can add value to them, to engage in learning skills that can help their life in the future. Social media have no control. You see a lot of things. I'm telling you, I argue with the teenagers. When can you be on social media and they will tell you this, they do, there. The question is, what are they going there to do and at what point? Fine, if you think they have something to offer, who is monitoring the time they spend? Because if we don't manage this at this stage, they will have problem controlling it when they are given the whole liberty to handle phone. They may not understand the risk, the vices, the disadvantages. Are there advantages? Yes, but we need to understand the timing. Okay, so you have a child who has something to offer. That child doesn't even have to be stuck on social media. All she needs is the recording, isn't it? Then someone to support her when she goes on social media to post it and what she does and what time, so that she's also able to manage the other areas of her life. What time have you agreed as a family for your child to have access to social media? This one is no longer the one of 18 years, because on Facebook you have children going there to claim their 18 years. How Facebook know? How social media know? It's just what you type in, they accept. So you have underage children claiming to be adults and having access to adult content, unsupervised, unmonitored. How well do we think exposing our children and allowing them access to social media and to screen without supervision, how well do we think is doing to them? It's a huge kind of addiction and distraction that many families are not even seeing. Okay? So, I know we have a lot of link to monitor the apps and the apps and the time frame they spend. The question is, are we sure our children are not manipulating it? My teenagers used to gist me how they used to reset. Parents don't know how they used to reset the timing, and their parents would think it's the same timing they they have set up, that is still what they are using, but they extend it and then reset it. How do they do it? I don't bother asking them. They just tell me. Okay? Some will even tell you how they used to wipe the histories. So you come, you check, you think your children have not seen anything. They've wiped off the history. The smarter we think we are, the more smarter they find their way around, because they meet with other people. Your children can track your password, and you think your phone is passworded, you just keep it, or your laptop is passworded, you just keep it, and they will sneak and go and password it and do whatever they want to do, clean the history and go and sneak it back, and you won't know. This one is not hearsay, this one is what they tell me they do, because of course we create an atmosphere of openness. I'm not here to expose the teenagers. We are here to help parents understand the necessity to do things at the right time and put adequate measure to help these children. They are not able to help themselves at this stage. That is why you are an adult over there. You are the one manning their destinies. You are the one God has called to ensure their safety, be it spiritual, be it sexual, be it physical, be it psychological, any form of safety. Do all you can to make sure that your children are safe from what is out there. Will they be exposed to things outside? Yes. But to what degree, to what extent are you doing your part? Okay? Don't let strangers penetrate your wall, because it's no longer physical strangers. It's now through our phones, through the laptop, through the media, the screen we have given our children, through cartoons. Do I talk about people who come to church and give their children cartoon to continue from home? What do we think we are doing? Your child watches cartoon at home, then comes to church, where you need to allow this child to socialize, to understand worship and about God, and understanding the different areas of life, communication, engagement, social cycle, and even the value of worship. You still give this child screen. Have we heard of screen autism? Go and search about it. Because when we begin to see these children throwing tantrum, losing focus, not being able to do other things, well, we still don't understand that we are the cause. Let's take responsibilities, dear parents. Don't let trends determine what happens to our homes and children. Their destinies are important. Be the trend, build your own trend, build your own culture. Let your children understand that they don't do things because others do it. Let them grow with that mindset that there's a principle, there's a standard you as a family operate by. So when they come telling you, my classmate has this, my mate has that, my peers does this, you remind them what is written on the book of your family, the book of life. So they know you are coming from somewhere. You're not just doing wishy-washy things. There's a standard, there's a principle, there's a plan in place as a family that we walk by. Okay? In conclusion, I will read Proverbs chapter 22, verse 3. The Bible said that the prudent see danger and take refuge, but the simple keep going and pays the penalty. Dear parents, it's not fear to check your child's digital life. It is wisdom. See the danger now. Be the prudent parent and save them from what they cannot see. Save them from themselves. I don't say it should cause a conflict. That's why you need communities like ours. We have other parenting communities where people share their own experience and how they've been able to help their children in these areas and other areas of struggles, so that you apply wisdom and gain from other people's experience on how to help your children win them off screen by replacing with other things like puzzles, other family connection and engagement, painting, drawing. Find their hobbies, read more books, discuss it, build skills, get them engaged with other things that get their attention, win them off screen. Put a time into their screen time and let the screen time be monitored. Don't hand them screen or gadget that you don't monitor. You are selling your children to strangers. May it not be something we regret, because it never ends well. It doesn't. You wonder the things you see on social media. Ask yourself, how equipped, how matured is your child able to handle those stuffs? So that brings me to the end of this discussion. Okay? But my last question is, do you know who your child is talking to behind those screens? Take a closer look. Take a wise step. Protect their word. Protect your family, because it all comes back to us. It all comes back to the family. It all comes back to the parents. Because love is not just your hug, your school fees, your food, your shelter. Love is guiding the destinies of your children from unseen vices, unseen places, unseen enemies lurking around, seeking for destinies to destroy. May the Lord preserve our children and their destiny. May the Lord preserve your home. And thank you for coming through this journey again with me. Remember to share to other families. Let's reach out to the world. Let's reach out to families all over the nations and help save the next generation and preserve our families. Do have a lovely day. I'm still your host, Princess Francisca Obi Chimizi. Kindly subscribe and put on your notification button for more valuable teachings. Bye.